comes the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. And Chris Paul's teammates are all smiles as he returns to the lineup after being out.
Kevin, you know, injuries can really be tough. The pain, the rehab, the monotony, not being able to help your team out on the court, all of that weighs on you. I'm sure he's excited and relieved to be back in uniform.
No question, Clark. He's been working so hard to get to this point. And when you get injured and you have to sit out for a while, it just really makes you appreciate getting back onto the court.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind it out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material, but they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
It's Crawford with the drive. Can't get it to go. A different look for Utah. Exum comes in for Alec Burks, and it's the kid in for Trey Burke. And then for Los Angeles, Dudley comes in for Barnes. Is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. For Utah, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Exum dishes DeNova. Now, here's Exum. T right on him. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
On its way from Dudley for 2. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Dudley's got his first points of the night. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. 5th, the Clippers.
Yeah, this team's success has always been tied to their rebounding. Just a physically dominant club.
1:25 left to play in the first quarter. The drive by Paul. Utah with the rebound. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, they really struggled shooting the ball in that game, but still came away with the win. They obviously had to pick up the slack in a lot of areas, and they did it.
Yeah, and Steve, I think that says an awful lot about them as a team when they're able to win despite shooting that poorly.
Gobert can't hit. LA's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Paul outside. Over in the corner, Dudley. Off the pick. Gobert pulls it in.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Here's Hood. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston.
And he did some nice work on the boards too, Kevin. That was definitely a factor in that game as well.
The shot's good from the kid. And Los Angeles guys shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Here's Griffin, and he gets it to go. Griffin's got 8 points.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Tie game in Utah. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Tune in Monday, February 2nd. Ricky Rubio and the Minnesota Timberwolves take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. Be there.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done two things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
Clippers leading by 6. The drive by Paul.
You know, it's interesting. Chris Paul possessing great quickness, and yet his natural inclination is not to push the pace. He tends to prefer to operate in the half court, running the pick and roll.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Clippers?
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
He hits the second from the line.
Looking at the game for Paul, he's got 8 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Now, a lot of times he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Exum. You talk about Paul's preference to play in the half court. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan-Clark tend to flourish in the open floor.
And to me, Kevin, it's really about finding that balance, the right balance. But a good sign for the Clippers has been Blake's development as a half-court offensive weapon. He's shooting it better facing the basket. He's shooting it better with his back to the basket. And he's making his free throws at a higher rate, so that lends itself to being a little more effective in the half-court.
Good observation. Now, here's Exum. Following the miss by Griffin. Hood, the pass to the kid. 4 on the clock. From the arc. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got his 3rd rebound on the night. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Crawford's shot is good.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Jazz trail by 7 and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Here's Hawes. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Clippers lead by 4. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. The first thing I've got to do is give a little tip of the cap to our bench guys. You really answered the bell when we called on you. Those were important points we got from you fellas. We were able to make an impact with our low post offense. Let's continue to exploit those good mismatches in the paint. When we get out there, let's concentrate on getting our shooters open. I want to see us setting good screens and using them to get good looks. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Without question, Rodney Hood displaying his skills today.
Well, he shot his share of free throws, that's for sure. I mean, he got to the line, drew contact, and you love getting to the free throw line. Easy points if you can get them.
Steve, I think they may have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one player. I mean, he's drawing a lot of fouls on guys.
Eric Favors checked in for Utah. Jeremy Evans comes in for Hood. The Clippers also changing it up. Davis is checked in for Jordan. Dudley comes in for Barnes. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Jeremy Evans is out there with Steve Novak. And it's Favors in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group right now for Utah.
He's so reliable. And you know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
A different look for Utah. Exum, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And it's the kid in for Burke. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Blake Griffin. Jazz passing it around.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
2 shots.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good. Clippers leading by 3. And Redick kicks to Davis. He dishes it to Paul. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, gentlemen, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, a historically great tandem. Blake has said, playing with CP has changed the way I play for the better. I want to play with guys who want to win like he does. And as for Chris Paul, he said, as you get older, you realize it's all about winning. And I think we both realize we need each other in order to do that. Kevin?
Their relationship evolving over the years. Thanks, Doris. Clippers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Davis setting the pick for Paul. Over in the corner, Dudley. Back to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by the Jazz. Favors got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here is Novak, covered by Redick. Exum kicks to Novak. Teardrop shot and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Spencer Hawes.
Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
At the line for 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Burks, he's checked in for Utah. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Barnes is checked in. So it's both teams making substitutions here. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Blake, tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a ton of intensity on the floor.
Yeah, that's something we talked about. You know, we talked about not being complacent, settling for jump shots, talked about getting to the hole and playing tough on defense, and I thought that's what our guys did tonight.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Hey, good game out there, Rook.
Oh, wow, Coach Rivers. Hey, man, I really appreciate that.
You know, you really might have a future in this league. Keep up the hard work, young fella.
I will, no doubt.
Looks like someone stole your puppy.
Yeah, man, shoot, we had that in our back pocket and let it get away.
You want to hear a secret?
Yeah, sure.
Key to lasting in this league is never getting too high when you win and never getting too low when you lose.
So the loss don't mean anything?
Of course it means something. It means I need to learn from it and move on. Every loss is like an anchor on a rope. You let it go or it's gonna drown you. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.